A journey through the book of Judges, a chapter-level exploration. Part 1. The failure to complete the conquest. Chapters 1 to 3, verse 6. Chapter 1. After Joshua's death, the tribes of Judah and Simeon lead military campaigns to clear their territories, but the various Israelite tribes fail to drive out the remaining Canaanites, choosing instead to put them into forced labor and allowing compromise to take root. Chapter 2. The angel of the Lord delivers a solemn rebuke at Bochim, warning Israel that because they made covenants with the inhabitants of the land, those nations will become thorns in their sides. The chapter introduces the repeating historical cycle of apostasy, oppression, crying out, and deliverance through raised judges. Chapter 3, 1 to 6. God leaves several pagan nations in the land to test the new generations of Israelites who have not experienced war, while the Israelites intermarry with their neighbors and turn to serving foreign gods like Baal and Asherah. Part 2. The deliverance of the judges. Chapters 3, verse 7 to 16. Chapter 3. Othniel, Caleb's nephew, is raised up to defeat King Cushan-Rishathaim of Mesopotamia, bringing 40 years of peace. Following him, the left-handed judge Ehud assassinates the obese Moabite king Eglon with a hidden dagger, and Shamgar slaughters 600 Philistines with an ox goad. Chapter 4. Israel falls into oppression under the Canaanite king Jabin and his commander Sisera. The prophetess Deborah summons the military leader Barak to battle. After Sisera's army is routed, Sisera flees on foot and is killed by a woman named Jael, who drives a tent peg through his temple. Chapter 5. Deborah and Barak celebrate their victory with a powerful poetic song that recounts the triumph, praises the tribes who fought, and honors Jael for her courageous act. Chapter 6. Midianite raiders devastate Israel's crops and livestock for 7 years. God calls Gideon from an impoverished clan, who tests God using a fleece and destroys his father's altar to Baal, earning the nickname Jerub-Baal. Chapter 7. God systematically reduces Gideon's army down to just 300 men, using a water-lapping test. Armed only with trumpets, clay jars, and torches, Gideon's small band launches a night raid that throws the massive Midianite camp into a panicked, self-destructive rout. Chapter 8. Gideon pursues and captures the fleeing Midianite kings, Zebah and Zalmunna, rebukes the uncooperative towns of Succoth and Penuel, and refuses the people's offer to make him king, though he creates a golden ephod that later becomes a snare of idolatry. Chapter 9. Gideon's ambitious son Abimelech murders 70 of his half-brothers to seize power in Shechem, reigning violently for 3 years before a woman drops a millstone on his head during a siege, fulfilling Jotham's prophetic curse. After the brief judgeships of Tola and Jair, Israel again turns to widespread idolatry. God lets them fall into the hands of the Philistines and Ammonites. When Israel cries out, God initially rebukes them, but their deep repentance moves him to pity. Chapter 11. The outcast warrior Jephthah is called back by Gilead's elders to lead the fight against the Ammonites. Jephthah makes a tragic, rash vow to sacrifice whatever comes out of his house first, if given victory, resulting in his only daughter being set apart. Chapter 12. The proud Ephraimites pick a quarrel with Jephthah and cross the Jordan to attack him, leading to a civil clash where 42,000 Ephraimites are identified by their inability to correctly pronounce the Hebrew word shibboleth. The chapter concludes with the minor judges, Ibzan, Elon, and Abdon. Chapter 13. Israel falls under 40 years of Philistine oppression. The angel of the Lord appears to Manoah and his barren wife, announcing that they will have a son who must be a Nazirite, dedicated to God from birth to begin delivering Israel. Chapter 14. Samson grows up and demands to marry a Philistine woman from Timnah. Along the way, He kills a young lion with his bare hands, later uses a riddle at his wedding feast that sparks a bitter feud, and kills 30 Philistines in Ashkelon to pay off his wager. Chapter 15. Spurned by his father-in-law, Samson ties 300 foxes together with torches to burn down the Philistine grain fields and vineyards. When the Philistines burn his wife and father-in-law to death, Samson slaughters them and later kills 1,000 Philistines using the jawbone of a donkey. Chapter 16. Samson falls in love with Delilah, who is bribed by the Philistines to discover the secret of his strength. After being deceived 3 times, Samson finally reveals that his strength lies in his uncut Nazarite hair. Delilah betrays him. The Philistines blind and imprison him, and in his final act, Samson pulls down the pillars of the Dagon temple, killing more Philistines in his death than in his entire life. Part 3. Moral and Religious Decay, chapters 17 to 21. Chapter 17. A man named Micah from the hill country of Ephraim sets up a private religious shrine with idols and hires a young Levite from Bethlehem to serve as his personal family priest, highlighting the spiritual lawlessness of the era. Chapter 18. The tribe of Dan, lacking a secure inheritance, sends spies north who discover the peaceful city of Laish. On their way, they steal Micah's idols and coerce his Levite priest to join them, conquering Laish and setting up an unauthorized center of idolatry. Chapter 19. A horrific crime occurs when a Levite traveler stays overnight in the Gibeah village belonging to the tribe of Benjamin. The local men abuse and kill his concubine, prompting the outraged Levite to cut her body into 12 pieces and send 1 piece to each tribe of Israel. Chapter 20. Shocked by the atrocity at Gibeah, nearly all of Israel gathers at Mizpah to demand justice. The Benjaminites refuse to hand over the guilty men, leading to a brutal civil war where Benjamin's army is nearly wiped out entirely. Chapter 21. Regretting the near extinction of the tribe of Benjamin, the Israelites scramble to find wives for the surviving 600 men, orchestrating an attack on Jabesh Gilead and arranging the abduction of dancing maidens at Shiloh to preserve the tribe. The book concludes with the haunting statement, "In those days Israel had no king. Everyone did as they saw fit." Epilogue. The Book of Judges portrays a turbulent, repeating cycle in Israel's history following the death of Joshua. The people fall into sin and idolatry. God gives them into the hands of oppressors. The people cry out for rescue, and God raises up a judge to deliver them, only for the cycle to restart.